Chapter 19. Joseph. Ava perks her head at the sound from the front door. "I'll get it," she says, standing up from behind the camera. "Keep practicing." I read over part of our script, making sure the words naturally flow from my lips. Your reality is a reflection of your state of mind. The true horror is realizing you can be betrayed by your own mind. So ask yourself, at this point in time, is my mind my best friend or my worst enemy? Make it your best friend. Respect it. Purify it. Control it yourself before the wrong person controls it for you. It's become easier for me to see the camera for what it truly is. The bridge connecting me to my viewers. Motivating the masses comes naturally now. And after losing Nikki, I'm more determined than ever to convince anybody that their life is worth living. My eyes glide over the next section of the page until Ava walks back into the room. I raise my brows upon seeing her flustered expression. "It's for you," she whispers hesitantly. "It's somebody from Mendax." In one swift motion, I get up and pull Ava from the hallway. "They know where I live," I whisper in a panic. "Did they threaten you? Who is it? Is it Nora?" She shakes her head. "It's a lady. She doesn't seem threatening at all." I cautiously press my back against the wall, then peek around the corner. At the end of the hall, a woman stands straight as an arrow. Her thick, tight curls hang over the sides of her round face. With a sweet smile, she quietly studies the entryway. "I have a gun," I lie, observing her from behind the wall with one eye. The woman's smile is equally as sweet as it was before I threatened her. She raises both hands, one of them gripping a white envelope. She speaks her next words in a silky tone. "Don't shoot the messenger." I cautiously step into the hall. "What's the message?" The pinstripe suit she wears has been tailored to accentuate her frame. No bulging pockets or bags that could hide any sort of weapon. And the street behind her is empty, besides a blacked out Mercedes-Benz parked curbside. Even her car windows are all rolled down, an indication of her visiting alone. She wants it to be known that she comes in peace. My shoulders loosen as I approach the door. "You're from Mendax?" "Yes," she nods, still smiling. "My name is Reina. May I come in?" "No chance," I snap. My rudeness doesn't faze her. With the utmost respect, she replies, "I understand your position, Joseph, but you and Mendax are no longer threats to each other. The proof is in this envelope, which, believe me, neither of us would want the public to see you receive." I turn to Ava for a response. With her lips pursed, she nods. "I think you should let her in." I open my stance, and Reina glides into the room, each step more graceful than the last. "Shall we meet in the kitchen?" she asks without turning back. I guess that's fine," I stutter. Reina seems considerate, judging by how she waits for Ava and I to sit at the kitchen table before her. She raises a palm over the seat closest to her. "May I?" I glance at Ava, who responds, "You may." She forces a smile under her confused gaze. "Can I get you something to drink?" Reina courteously declines while setting the envelope on the table between us. "I won't be here for very long." She laces her fingers in her lap, her plump cheeks rising as she beams at us. Her tone is rehearsed as she states, "I am one of the prize handlers for Mendax's TV show Greater Good, the show for the morbidly curious." I struggle not to express that I know who Mendax is and they know who I am. While I want to speak up and tell Reina to quit whatever charade this is, I muster up the patience to let her proceed. "Organizations, charities, and loved ones related to our winning contestants have benefited tremendously from our philanthropic efforts since the first episode aired. Having raised a generous amount of over $100 million during the show's first season, our goal is to ensure that our winners' cash prizes are delivered to whoever they chose as their beneficiaries." Ava and I lean forward as Reina gently slides the envelope toward us. "The winning contestant of the Greater Good Season 1 finale is none other than the show's brilliant creator, NORA FICTUS, who took her life for a good greater than herself." "Nora?" My jaw drops. It was a little over a week ago that I last saw her. I remember sitting next to her at the church, the two of us opening up to each other. It was a moment of mutual vulnerability, a moment of mutual respect. Since the beginning of my war with Nora, I saw her as my enemy. But I meant what I said when I told her I think there's good in her despite the evil she let consume her. Not once did I think Nora would fall victim to her own morbid curiosity the way her crowd had. Ava wraps her hand around mine under the table. My eyes meet hers, tears blurring my line of sight. I would be a hypocrite to think that Nora doesn't deserve to live while preaching that message to everyone else. Reina places a sympathetic hand over her heart. I am extremely sorry for your loss. Her words are a blend of sincere sentiments and practiced phrases. I find it unsettling how, even as she offers her condolences, it's only because it's the job Mendax gave her. But even in loss, there is much to gain, she adds softly. I think you will be happy to know that NORA FICTUS did not die in vain. She taps her finger against the envelope in the middle of the table. Inside this envelope is the cash prize, a check for $11,340,285.41. It's been written out to Joseph VERITA on behalf of Mendax Productions. My stomach tightens as my eyes fall to the envelope. It takes on the form of a paradox, mocking me while promising a better future. How could I scold Tanya for accepting Nikki's cash prize and then accept Nora's? How could I convince people to look away and not look away from myself? I should rip up this check in front of Reina, sending a direct message to Mendax. I can't be bought. Reina flattens her palms over the table. If you don't have any questions or concerns, then I believe it's best that I get going. Ava opens her mouth to speak, but nothing comes out. I don't blame her. What more is there to say? Reina stands, respectfully nods, then makes her way to the front door. Ava's chair skids out from under her as she walks Reina out. I lift my eyes from the envelope and slowly follow them through the hall. My thoughts are heavy, their weight threatening to pull me away from the present moment. I stand beside Ava as Reina steps onto the porch. Reina faces us. I'd like to speak off the record for a moment. Her once scripted demeanor dissolves as she locks eyes with me. I have children of my own. Children I have to provide for. I need to conform because I have bills to pay, Mr. VERITA. While people like me work for a company like Mendax, it doesn't mean we support what Mendax stands for. She slowly raises her right palm, covers the side of her face, and looks away. Ava and I stand still, shocked by Reina's motion. She's a part of the movement. I'm not alone. In fact, I'm far from it. The truth of the matter is that I was never alone. We're all broken, looking for the right fix in the wrong places. For years, I let myself become consumed by my brokenness and the pain that comes with it. I let my reality become infected by my own illusions, closing myself off from truth and light. Now, it's my responsibility to spread both the truth and the light. I didn't take down greater good by myself. I contributed to its downfall, shedding light on the darkness that worked through it. Many were lost by its corrupted influence, Nikki and Nora included. Regardless, the spiritual war between good and evil will always wage. Soldiers will rise and fall from both sides. Truth and lies will be weaponized. We will become victims and victimize others. We will prosper at times and we will break. But regardless, we will do what we feel is right or be misled by wrong. As I step back into the kitchen, my eyes fixate on the envelope lying on the table. I stood against Nora, but I can't blame her for becoming a vessel for death. I can only sympathize because spiritual forces are beyond our human comprehension. They will speak in whispers and sometimes shout. They will answer our prayers or they will cut deals with us. And each day we have a choice to make, a path to pick. Will we choose good or evil? Will we seek truth or fall for lies? Will we find the will to live or surrender to death? Life's lifeline. Ava wraps her hand around mine, now standing at my side. What's our next move? We live, I reply, smirking at the envelope. 1 year later. You ready? Ben gives me an encouraging pat on the back. I've never seen the church this packed before. I adjust my shirt collar, suppressing my nerves. Ready. It's been a year since Greater Good's finale. Since then, Nora's cash prize has worked wonders for Look Away. Ben, Ava, and I renovated the church, making it a safe space for anyone needing saving or support. Shortly after the finale, Positive Pathways went from being a basement-filled support group to an international organization we renamed the Williams Foundation. An organization that gives broken people around the world the tools they need to fix their lives. Nikki would have loved it. The Look Away movement is thriving now more than ever across social media, run by Stevie and Kit. Our inboxes are overflowing with messages of gratitude, people sharing their stories of their lives changing for the better thanks to the impact we've made so far. As I stand backstage with Ben, I run my thumb over the golden plaque that reads, "The renovation and renewal of this building honor NORA FICTUS' incredible legacy and will help spread God's word and prove that all were born to live." I watch Ava standing center stage, her voice filling the room as her grace radiates from the podium. Stevie listens to her speech from the front row and Kit records Ava from the seat next to him. The crowd cheers as Ava introduces me, and I take the stage, overwhelmed with emotion for the applause that nearly shakes the building. I kiss Ava, our eyes welling with tears of joy. I face the crowd, gripping each side of the podium. As they continue clapping, I place a thankful hand over my heart. I find it hard to believe that I didn't think my life was worth living not too long ago. My heart aches at the mere thought of ending what turned out to be such a beautiful life. Therefore, I will do the best I can to convince others to pick life while making peace with death. As I've learned more about life, I realize I was wrong about death all along. I ran and hid from death only because I didn't understand death for what it truly is. Death is not something that will introduce itself to us in a morbid display. Death is not distant, and it's not a moment in time that marks the end of life. Death is a process. Death lives among us, and it's nothing to fear. We meet death each day, for the time that passes us belongs to death. It's a matter of not fearing death, which will give great value to life. And it's life we have now and are gifted with each waking moment we live. Though it's taken me a while, I have accepted that with the great evil in this world, there is also a good that is far greater. But that good is not of this broken world. That good comes from God and it lives within us. It's with this pure and moral good that we find the true meaning in living. So I have picked my path. I will always pick the path that leads to life, for we were not born to die. We were born to live. The article reads, Mendax Productions promises new television shows for years to come. Published Tuesday, September 1st, 2020. Greater good enthusiasts, prepare to be dazzled as Mendax Productions promises an electrifying array of new shows that will captivate and entertain in the upcoming season. The network has learned valuable lessons from the previous season's unfortunate cancellation last year, caused by Greater Good's NORA FICTUS. The autopsy report has been cleared for public release, revealing that NORA FICTUS was severely under the influence when she took the stage the night of the final episode. By threatening the lives of Mendax employees behind the scenes, FICTUS was able to manipulate her way onto the stage, where her mental breakdown took place before millions of viewers. Samuel Roth, owner and founder of Mendax Productions, took to the press, recently stating, Mendax was unaware of Nora's declining mental state. Had we known she was unfit to host, we would have offered her the help she needed and deserved. Though her death was unfortunate, we commend her for her bravery and willingness to take her own life for a good greater than herself, which is higher standards for all of Mendax's future productions. Coming off the successful first season of Greater Good, which aired last year, Mendax is determined to release quality content for years to come. In the meantime, make sure to download the Mendax Plus app or tune in to Mendax Channel 6.